I stared blankly at the super handsome man sitting on the sofa. From beginning to end, I didn't see him move at all. But strangely, I could hear his heart. Cheng Xiao and I got married in a flash. I always thought that Cheng Xiao didn't like me. He married me just to deal with his parents. But now I suddenly realized that he was the type of person who was cold on the outside but crazy on the inside. My beloved wife is looking at me. I wonder if she will be shocked when she sees my handsome face. Ha ha ha, I'm sure that wearing a white shirt and sitting on the sofa with a straight back will charm her. The male lead in the movie is usually like that. I coughed a little embarrassedly. Trint you. Before I could finish my sentence, he stood up abruptly. What's wrong? My wife just called my name. She definitely wants to sleep with me. I'm so excited. Me. I didn't expect that he looked abstinent on the outside, but was actually a little puppy on the inside. I pointed at his shirt. I mean the button, you buttoned it wrong. Oh, I know. Cheng Xiao nodded, not a trace of embarrassment on his face. He said gently, thank you for reminding me. The next moment, I heard his heart again. RAAA. So embarrassing. This is the first time in my life I used a beauty trap, but my beloved wife said I buttoned the wrong button. I really want to cry. Wife. My beloved wife. Under the button I buttoned wrongly is an 8-pack. I stood up and walked towards the balcony. Cheng Xiao appeared calm as he bent down and picked up the remote control to turn on the TV. But his heart was like water overflowing the dike. She's coming this way. My beloved wife is coming to us. Baby, come quickly and press me down and kiss me. I can't wait any longer. I couldn't help but look at Cheng Xiao again. I saw his hand holding the remote control trembling. His lips slightly curled up, looking very enjoying it. I felt both helpless and amused. Before, when I hadn't heard Cheng Xiao's heart, I often saw him in the living room watching TV, but he didn't watch TV and was always staring at me. Before, I thought I was doing something to disturb him. Now I realized that his inner thoughts were crazy. I quickly walked past Cheng Xiao. Stop, Stopey. Cheng Xiao screamed frantically in his heart. Then he couldn't control himself and grabbed my hand. Wow, so excited. I finally get to touch my beloved wife's hand. My wife's hand is so soft. I want to kiss it so much. Fuck, why am I touching my wife? Oh no, my wife will definitely think I'm a pervert. Cheng Xiao's voice was like a roller coaster, going up and down, but the expression on his face was still cold as ice. I pretended to be naive and asked, what are you doing? Cheng Xiao's face was still calm. His heart didn't beat. His legs didn't tremble. He calmly said, there are mosquitoes on the back of my hand. After he finished speaking, he immediately withdrew his hand. Quote, hoo, honey, can't you say, husband, let's go to sleep together? Honey, I really want to sleep with you. I took a deep breath. Cheng Xiao. Cheng Xiao's eyes flashed with anticipation and joy. What's wrong? I like it so much. I like it so much. Wife feels what you want. You definitely want me to go back to the bedroom to sleep with you. I will definitely make you comfortable in the future. Hearing his inner words made me blush in embarrassment. I bit my lip, exposing his lie. It's not even summer yet. Where are the mosquitoes? A flash of disappointment flashed through Trint Yu's eyes. But his face remained calm. Sorry. I was wrong just now. I smiled lightly. It's okay. I walked towards the balcony and continued to dry my hair. Ding dong. The doorbell rang. It's already midnight. Who's still coming to my house? So annoying. Disturbing my beloved wife and first's world of two. I'll draw a circle and curse this annoying thing. Cheng Xiao stood up and went to open the door. Ah, so it's my mother-in-law. The curse just now didn't work. Mom, please convince Xiao Ning to let her sleep with me. Cheng Xiao kept grumbling in his mind. But his mouth said, Mom. Hello Mom. My mother held a thermos in her hand. But she didn't come in. Just stood at the door. I'm not going in. I came to bring you some soup. I put down the towel in my hand and asked blankly, what kind of soup is this? The soup is nutritious. My mother smiled and said, men drink it to nourish their health. Women drink it to beautify their skin. Cheng Xiao took the lunchbox from my mother's hand. Thank you. Mom. Xiao is still sensible. My mother nodded, then turned to me and scolded, Xiao Ning. Do you know why I brought soup for you guys? I meant for you to quickly let me hold a grandchild. I was extremely embarrassed. Mom. It's too early now. Mom. I feel so wronged. I really want to cry. Hoo-hoo. We haven't given birth to a child for you to hold yet. It has nothing to do with drinking nutritious soup. It's mainly because my beloved wife isn't with me. ABC. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo. ABC XYZ. I want ABC with my beloved wife. Hoo-hoo. Cheng Xiao's heart was screaming madly, but his face still maintained the same cold expression. He calmly said, Mom, Xiao Ning is right. It's too early for us to have a child now. Quote, what's early? My mother's eyes widened. Xiao Ning, your best friend has been with you for 3 years. And besides, you don't need to take care of your child after giving birth. I will take care of it. I know. I could only stop my mother this way. Mom, it's almost dark. You should go back and rest. No, no, Mom, don't go. Mom, please stay here so I don't have to be away from my wife. I want to sleep with my wife. Please. Hoo-hoo. Please, Mom. Cheng Xiao clenched the thermos tightly, causing red marks to appear on his fingers. Finally, he spoke up. Mom, Xiao Ning is right. It's dark and the road is not easy to walk. Why don't you rest at our place? That's fine. My mother walked into the house, went to the shoe cabinet and changed into her slippers. Drink the soup while it's still hot. He. Mother-in-law is here. If only my beloved wife could think like me. Cheng Xiao went into the kitchen to get some bowls and chopsticks. He scooped me a bowl of soup, calmly saying, be careful of burns. Drink it quickly, dear wife. After you finish drinking, we can go back to the bedroom to sleep. I love it. I finally get to sleep with my beloved wife Tilda. Cheng Xiao's heart kept talking, but his face was still as cold as ever, slowly scooping spoonfuls of soup. Wow, mother-in-law's soup is really delicious. I have to drink more. I want to be full of energy. The soup was quickly gone. Cheng Xiao stood up, intending to wash the bowls and chopsticks, but was stopped by my mother. You two go to sleep. Leave the bowls here for me to wash. No need. Cheng Xiao shook his head and said kindly, I wash dishes very quickly. My mother smiled brightly. Not bad. Not bad. He really is my son-in-law. Very filial. Cheng Xiao didn't say anything but his eyes were filled with pride. Baby, quickly praise me. I am the best man. Cheng Xiao, you are the perfect man. I sat at the dining table, rubbing my belly, continuing to listen to Cheng Xiao's heart echoing from the kitchen. He. I like washing dishes. Washing dishes well. He. After washing I can sleep with my wife. Should I wear pajamas or a white shirt to sleep? It's probably better to wear a white shirt. It can show off my 8-pack abs. My 8-pack abs will definitely make my wife dizzy. Wait until my beloved wife falls asleep. I must give her a kiss. Ellipsis. After washing the dishes, my mother anxiously ordered me, now, immediately, go and rest. I had been married to Cheng Xiao for 3 months. But in those 3 months, let alone sleep, we had never held hands. Cheng Xiao always acted cold, never taking the initiative. My face was thin-skinned, never taking the initiative. So, we had always slept separately. Why aren't you two moving? My mother pulled me, pushing me into Cheng Xiao's arms. What are you two still shy about? A moment of spring night is worth 1,000 pieces of gold. Hurry up. The moment I stepped into Cheng Xiao's arms, I felt his body stiffen. And I heard the sound of his heart beating in his chest. His heart was beating very fast. Like it was vibrating. I get to hug my wife. She's so fragrant and soft. I'm the happiest person in the world. No, I must calm down. Otherwise my wife will think I'm possessed. Cheng Xiao's inner voice poured out. But he didn't speak, looking at me with an awkward gaze. If I hadn't heard his inner voice, if not, based on my previous understanding, I would have definitely interpreted it as him not wanting to get close to me. What should I do? My wife is so soft. I really can't control it. Cheng Xiao's voice rang out again. Then, he hugged me again. Cheng Xiao came closer and whispered in my ear, don't worry. I won't touch you. That's weird. Not only touch you, I also want to kiss you. Bang! The door was closed. Cheng Xiao immediately let me go. His expression was calm. His black eyes looked at me. You sleep on the bed. I'll sleep downstairs. I just said that, but you took the initiative to want to sleep on the floor. I really want to slap myself a few times. Why do I have to pretend to be cold? Wife, can I sleep on the bed? I sat down on the bed very calmly. Cheng Xiao, I want to talk to you. He didn't move, his eyebrows raised, staring at me. What do you want to say? You want to sleep on the bed? Honey, can we talk on the bed? I took a deep breath. Before I could finish speaking, a WeChat notification came on my phone. Your husband doesn't love you. The person he loves is me. I had added this WeChat account for quite a while. After she added me, she never sent me a message. I also didn't delete her because of work. But I didn't expect that the first message she sent me was to tell me that my husband didn't love me. Then she sent me another photo. In the photo, the girl with a sweet appearance tilted her head, leaning against the handsome man beside her and smiling. This man was Cheng Xiao. However, if you looked closely, you would see Cheng Xiao's expression of disgust and impatience. Have you seen it? I have more intimate photos. But for the sake of your reputation, I won't show them to you. I just want to tell you, if you know what's good for you, divorce your husband right now. If my previous personality had seen this photo, I would have divorced Cheng Xiao without hesitation. But now, I could hear Cheng Xiao's heart. I knew he was a cold guy, but in my heart, I think he was so cold because he loved me so much. So he was always cautious and wary. Cheng Xiao, I shook my phone. Come here. I'll show you this. Okay. Cheng Xiao nodded, his face unchanged as he replied. What does my wife want to show me? It can't be an embarrassing photo, right? If it's an embarrassing photo, how should I react? Embarrassed? But then, will she think I haven't experienced anything in life? Then I should be crazy with joy? No, my wife will definitely think I'm lustful. When he got closer, I opened the photo. Excuse me. How are you going to explain this to me? Cheng Xiao frowned, his voice cold. This photo was cut from a group photo. The girl in the photo is my student. A few seconds passed, and countless worried voices rang out. Damn it, I'm so mad. Is this woman crazy? Shamelessly confessing to me, I told her I had a wife at the opening ceremony. No one should come near me. She shamelessly asked to take a group photo, and even stuck it on me while taking the photo. I regret it. I should have kicked her. This bitch is so disgusting. I must fail her. From now on, I must stay away, never see her again. How can I make my wife trust me? I am so desperate. Damn it, I can't calculate anymore. I have to show my cards. I don't want to maintain this cold image. I want to tell my wife. I love her so much. I can't wait to take out my heart and show it to her. I raised my eyebrows and looked at Cheng Xiao. I saw a look of struggle appear on his calm face. No. If I say I love you indiscriminately, she will be scared. My wife is as fragile as a flower. The last time I opened the door, she was as scared as a little white rabbit. Ellipsis. Hearing Cheng Xiao's inner voice, I only felt a little funny. 3 days ago, when I was lying on the bed reading an H novel, Cheng Xiao suddenly opened the door. Scared me to death. After all, I have always maintained my ladylike image. I remember, I once hid the book under the blanket and asked him, "What are you doing here?" Cheng Xiao said very seriously, "Sorry, I drank a little wine. My eyes got a little dizzy and I opened the wrong door." At that time, I felt confused. On our wedding day, Cheng Xiao did not drink any wine. He used soft drinks instead of wine. But why did he say he was drinking that day? Now I understand that it was just an excuse for him to see me. My wife doesn't believe me. I'm about to lose her. When Cheng Xiao's heart was almost going crazy, I grabbed his hand. You are my husband. I believe you. I know you definitely wouldn't be the kind of person who would casually mess around with another girl like that. I immediately deleted the female student's WeChat in front of him. Cheng Xiao's tightly knitted eyebrows immediately relaxed. A trace of joy flashed in his eyes. But he still appeared calm. Yeah. He didn't say anything more. Stood up and walked towards the curtain. He turned his back to me. I couldn't see his facial expression, but I could see his trembling fingers. Then, I heard, "My wife trusts me. She's really the cutest, most beautiful woman in the world." But, Why did my wife believe me so quickly after just listening to my explanation? Why is she like that? Seeing me taking pictures with other girls. She didn't even cry, didn't make a fuss and demand to hang herself. Is it? She doesn't care about me? Quote. That's right. It's like that in the movies. When a woman doesn't love her man, she won't care about him at all. Oh my God. So she doesn't love me. She doesn't love me at all. Why is it like this? This is more painful than killing me. I didn't expect him to be so cold and calm on the outside. But he was so worried on the inside. I patted the edge of the bed beside me and said, Cheng Xiao, come here. If he doesn't feel that I care about him, I have to use practical actions to tell him who my heart belongs to. Cheng Xiao turned around and forced a smile at me. What's wrong? I took a deep breath. I want to tell you. I like you very much. Cheng Xiao walked towards me. He smiled brightly. Ah, I understand. Wow, my wife confessed to me. She really meant it. But why did she confess to me? We've been married for 3 months. And we haven't done anything together. We've always lived like roommates. Why did she suddenly confess to me after seeing a picture of me with another woman? It's a bit unusual. Did my wife do something wrong to me? Then, Cheng Xiao immediately shook his head. Impossible. But anyway, why did my wife confess to me? Could it be like she said? She really likes me, although I'm very happy. I feel like something's not right. If she liked me, she wouldn't have let me sleep outside on the wedding day. Quote. How troublesome. A woman's heart is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I really don't understand what my wife is thinking. Ellipsis. Me. When I was in middle school, I rejected a male friend's confession, which led to being bullied. Regardless of male or female students, they would bully me. Therefore, I always wanted to stay away from men. On my wedding day with Cheng Xiao, Cheng Xiao once said to me, I love you. These 3 words, to normal people, are words of love, but to me, they are a nightmare, because a male classmate in middle school also said the same thing to me. That made me afraid of men. But I did not reject Cheng Xiao. But unfortunately, on the wedding day, my aunt came. When she came, I was really confused. I was thin-skinned and afraid of men, so I told Cheng Xiao to sleep in the same room. But after these 3 months, I felt that I liked being close to Cheng Xiao even more. At this moment, there was a rustling sound. I looked up and saw Cheng Xiao walking towards the wardrobe. He took another set of sheets and spread them on the floor. I looked at him in surprise. After a while, Cheng Xiao's heart started to cry. I finally understand. Sometimes a woman confessing her feelings to a man can also be a kind of helplessness. My wife must be afraid that I will touch her. So she confessed to me. So I have to keep my promise to her and sleep on the floor. I really want to cry. The words I want to say turn into tears. ... I was speechless level +1. I really didn't think that my saying, I like you, would make him think so much. But I realized again, he truly loves me. Because he loves me so much. He thinks a lot and is afraid. I couldn't help but sigh. Cheng Xiao and I both have feelings for each other. Now, I know what he's thinking. I'm willing to take the initiative. But his mind is sensitive. I also understand why he thinks so much. Because I can hear his thoughts. But in reality we don't talk much. But it doesn't matter. Cheng Xiao, we still have a lot of time. The next morning, I originally wanted to make Cheng Xiao a love breakfast. However, I was lazy and sleepy. No matter how much the alarm clock rang, I wouldn't wake up. Then, I heard Cheng Xiao's heart on the floor. My dear wife works so hard. She has to wake up so early to go to work. I really want to support my wife. I don't want her to work so hard. But my wife usually sets the alarm for 8:30. Why is it 6 o'clock today? I really want to cry. She usually sets it for 8:30. Today she set it so early. She must want me to leave her room. I heard the sound of dressing. Is my wife still sleeping? She's sleeping so soundly, just like the Sleeping Beauty. I really want to kiss her. Just one kiss. A quick kiss. I'm sure my wife won't find out. Then, I felt a warmth appear on my lips. This was my first kiss. Your lips are so soft. I want to kiss you again. I really want to hug and kiss you all the time. My heart started to beat faster. I felt like I couldn't breathe. After a while, I tossed and turned to take a deep breath. But Cheng Xiao's thin lips and handsome face pressed against mine. I couldn't help but open my eyes. Cheng Xiao immediately stopped. Cough, cough. His ears were red, his hands clenched, pretending to cough. Are you awake? Just now I saw a mosquito on your face. I exposed him again. There was a mosquito. Just a mosquito. Why did you put your mouth close to me? Cheng Xiao stiffened, saying each word. You saw wrong. Not giving me a chance to continue. He quickly left. When he left, I still heard a happy sound. Ha 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 ha. I get to kiss my beloved wife. He. I'm the happiest person in the world. ... When I woke up, the food was already prepared on the table. Because of work, I usually skipped breakfast. At this time, I hurried to work, putting on my shoes and saying to my mother, Mom, you don't need to do so much. I'll eat steamed buns outside in the morning. My mother ate a spoonful of porridge. The porridge wasn't made by me. Xiao made it. I was speechless again. In the 3 months since we got married, the breakfast on the table was always made by Cheng Xiao. My mother and I lived in the same neighborhood. I often thought that my mother would bring it over early every morning. Looking at the food on the table, I felt warm in my heart. My mother-in-law once said that Cheng Xiao never cooked. But since we got married, he was always the one who cooked. It turned out that he loved me more than I thought. I brought some food and hurried to the company. Luckily, at exactly 9 o'clock, I swiped my attendance card. Why do I have to check in? Li Tiantian, who worked next to me, walked towards me and said sarcastically, President Wang likes you so much. If you act spoiled with him directly, then you won't have to work so hard. I coldly replied to her, is there something wrong with your brain? What does it have to do with me if President Wang likes me? I've always told everyone that I'm married, have a husband, and have never had any relationship with President Wang. Li Tiantian crossed her arms in front of her chest and sneered, building a shrine isn't just about words. You know President Wang likes you, but you still stay in the company. Don't you want to get a backdoor? I treated Li Tiantian like an idiot. What nonsense was she thinking? Just because the boss had a good impression of me, I had to leave the company to avoid suspicion. What kind of 3 views was this? I was really speechless. Why didn't she tell President Wang to leave the company? I really didn't want to continue talking to this idiot. So I glanced at her. I think we should stay away from you. For fear of infection. Li Tiantian, this girl has a pretty cute face. It's just that she didn't choose the right path. She just wanted to climb up the ladder by taking shortcuts. I heard the company's former employees say that Li Tiantian and Wang Zong always had an affair. But after I came to the company, Wang Zong kicked Li Tiantian. So she always considered me a rival. After turning on the company's computer, I finished my work, and couldn't help but open Cheng Xiao's friend circle. Cheng Xiao was a quiet person. His friend circle was the same. Except for the photo from the wedding that day. He didn't post anything. His friend circle didn't update often, not posting anything for a whole month. But today he posted a post. Your wishes can all come true. I couldn't help but give him a like. I didn't know what he wanted, but I thought his wish to have him would come true. Just after I liked it, I saw Cheng Xiao send me a message. Before I could open it, he had already taken it away. Immediately, I saw the words, typing, appear. I waited patiently for a long time but still didn't see any message. I had no choice but to ask him first what he had just recalled. Cheng Xiao finally replied, I just sent the wrong message. Me? Oh. Cheng Xiao's account showed, typing, again. At this moment, someone knocked on the door. Hello. Is Ms. Zhou Ning here? I instinctively replied, it's me. The delivery man took out a bouquet of tulips from behind and handed it to me. He said, the man who sent you the flowers asked me to tell you that he loves you very much. I looked at the tulips. The flowers were beautifully arranged. The colors were bright and the arrangements were neat. They were my favorite flowers. But never mind, I was a married man. I couldn't accept flowers from others. I threw the flowers into the trash and told the delivery man. Sorry, if someone asks me to deliver them again in the future, please throw them in the trash for me. The delivery man was embarrassed. But the customer asked me to deliver flowers to you. I asked seriously, who sent them? I was really curious. That person had been sending me flowers for 2 months. Even though I told the delivery man to tell the sender that I didn't need them. But the other person was like Xiao Qiang who couldn't be beaten to death. Alright, stop pretending, Li Tiantian sarcastically said. You obviously like other people giving you flowers. You like other people chasing you. To tell the truth, I think you are really shameless. It's not enough to have a husband. But you still want to seduce President Wang at the company. President Wang is not enough. But you even flirt with other men outside. You are a master. Under Li Tiantian's sarcasm, the colleagues couldn't help but click their tongues, although Zhou Ning says that she is married and married every day. Her husband has never come to pick her up. Your husband definitely doesn't know that you are such a loose person. He is afraid of losing face because of you. So he never comes to pick you up. I don't think so. I feel that she intentionally didn't let her husband come to pick her up. Think about it. If her husband came, wouldn't he know how loose she is? Someone else said the same thing. And Li Tiantian mocked me even more rudely. Zhou Ning, you are so shameless. Does your mother know? I closed my eyes and told myself that I would endure it and not argue with trash. But, damn it, I can't take it anymore. I couldn't hold back anymore. I raised my hand and hit each of them. This group of people didn't expect that someone like me who had always been weak would raise his hand to hit them. Everyone covered their faces, confused. I turned around and went into the toilet. This trashy company. While I was washing my hands in the bathroom, I noticed a big-eared and big-faced man behind me. It was Mr. Wang. He must have just finished socializing. He smelled of alcohol and burped. I frowned. Mr. Wang, this is the women's toilet. I know. Mr. Wang smiled and directly locked the door. Cold sweat poured down my body. Get out. Xiao Ning, my feelings for you are very obvious. Right? Mr. Wang rubbed his hands and grinned at me. Now there are only 2 of us in here. Don't pretend anymore and just follow me. When you go to work, you don't need to be on time for roll call. If you're late or absent, I won't deduct your salary. I was nervous and trembling all over. Unbearable memories from the past resurfaced in my mind. At that time, when I refused that classmate, he got angry, pushed me against the wall, grabbed my hair and forced a kiss on me. I screamed and struggled, but no one came to save me. Finally, I took out the pen from my bag, aimed it at my eyes, and said fiercely that if he touched me, I would poke the pen into my eyes. He was scared, so he let me go. Mr. Wang, please respect yourself. I dealt with him while running towards the door. Although he was obese, his reactions were still flexible, easily grabbing my clothes. Run, hide, okay? He smiled lewdly, squinted his eyes, wanting to pout and kiss me. AAA, I choked out a scream. Bang, bang, bang. In the blink of an eye, the bathroom door was kicked open. A few seconds later, the door shattered, revealing a ferocious face like a god. Cheng Xiao rushed in and punched Mr. Wang in the head with his fist. You beast. He hit him hard. After a few punches, fresh blood flowed from his mouth and nose. Stop. He was beaten like a pig, holding his head and curled up on the ground. Isn't she just a woman? Is she worth it? The sound of hitting and fighting quickly attracted the attention of other colleagues in the company. They stood outside the bathroom. I heard Li Tiantian's voice. Who is the man who hit President Wang? He's so handsome, exactly the type of person I like. But why did you 2 fight in the women's restroom? Hey, I just saw Zhou Ning. Did she lure this handsome guy into the restroom? And then President Wang saw her? Then President Wang got angry and fought with the handsome guy. And then he fought back? Shut up. Cheng Xiao's face was filled with anger. He hit Mr. Wang hard. Then said to the gossip crowd, Zhou Ning is my wife. If I hear you badmouthing her in the future, don't blame me for being rude to you. At this time, Mr. Wang was unconscious. He lay motionless on the ground. I curled up in the corner, holding my head, my whole body trembling. Cheng Xiao took off his coat and put it on me. Sorry. I'm late. My wife is suffering. I want to beat him to death. I must beat him. Cheng Xiao carried me princess style. I once again hurt his heart. I will not let my wife be away from me again. I swear, I will not let her suffer even a little bit of injustice. I greedily looked at his face. When I went through that childhood nightmare, no one came to save me. Since then, I have always hidden in the dark. afraid of men. But now, my God has arrived. My world will never be black. My Cheng Xiao will forever protect me. When Cheng Xiao carried me out of the toilet, I saw Li Tian deliberately puff out his chest, tactfully saying, "Handsome, Zhou Ning is not a good person. She is married and still flirting with Mr. Wang. She also has a man who always sends flowers to pursue her. I am her husband. The one who sent the flowers was also me." Cheng Xiao looked at Li Tian with disgust. "If you harm my wife, I will not forgive you." Li Tian's face was pale, trembling as she said, "This is a society ruled by law. What can you do to me?" Cheng Xiao coldly looked at her, and hugged me as he left. We took the elevator down to the garage. I held him tightly and listened to his countless revenge plans. I had never seen him so extreme. After getting in the car, Cheng Xiao stared at me. "Xiao Ning, you know, I want to tell you so many things." This time, I couldn't hear his heart. I looked into his eyes. "You want to say you love me, right?" Cheng Xiao flashed a trace of surprise. And a few seconds later, as if he had made up his mind, he mustered up his courage and said, "Yes, I love you, more than you think. I've been controlling myself, controlling this love, slowly approaching you. But just now, I was so scared, afraid that I would lose you forever. So, I had to muster up the courage to tell you. I love you to the point of modesty and caution. I will consider every sentence, every word you say, think about it for a long time. You know, to me, you are like a fragile bubble. I really want to have you, but I am afraid that if I touch you, you will be lost. I know you are afraid of boys, so I have always pretended to be a gentleman. But now, I really cannot control myself. I just want to express it to you. Xiao Ning, I love you. I love you more than myself. More than everything in the world." I did not say anything. I just took the initiative to hug his neck and kiss him. Sometimes actions are worth more than 1,000 words. At this moment, a cool breeze blew through the underground garage. But the temperature in the car increased a little. Ever since Cheng Xiao confessed to me, I couldn't hear his heart anymore. But it didn't matter. I knew this man loved me more than anything. History. After that, Cheng Xiao resigned from his position as a university professor. I asked him why he resigned. He said that there were too many beautiful female students in the university surrounding him. He didn't want to see those people. He just wanted to see me. Ellipsis. Cheng Xiao had many identities. Not only was he a university professor, but he was also a shareholder of many companies. He directly controlled the shares and became the chairman of my company. On his first day in office, he fired Li Tian, Mr. Wang, and those who had badmouthed me. As for me, I was promoted to Cheng Xiao's chief secretary. I asked him why he did that. He rubbed my fingers and said, "I want to see you every day." A few days later, I read the news that Li Tian and Mr. Wang had gone missing in Burma. I believe it. When I was young, my mother told me that I was married to a girl in China and that I shouldn't have any thoughts of liking other girls. I was very dissatisfied with this arranged marriage. It was strange. I studied abroad for many years. There were many girls who liked me, but I didn't have any feelings. Sometimes, I wondered if I liked boys. But after returning to China, I saw Zhou Ning. At that moment, I knew that my life must be with her. She was the light of my life. On the wedding night, I was so excited that my whole body trembled. But my wife didn't seem to like me, and even hated me a little. She wanted to sleep alone with me. At that time, I was extremely desperate. I didn't know what to do. I even wanted to die. I had never loved anyone, and I didn't know how to express it. A month after we got married, I accidentally discovered that she liked tulips. Since that day, I sent her a bouquet of flowers every day. But she never accepted. I was both happy and worried. I was happy because she knew that she was my wife and would not accept flowers from others. I was worried because she was more afraid of men than I thought. After 3 months of marriage, she dried her hair next to me. She smelled so good, always as if she was seducing me. I couldn't help but hold her hand. At that time, she asked me what happened. I was like a wooden person, stupidly making up a mosquito story. She smiled. Her smile was always so sweet. She exposed my lie that there were no mosquitoes now. Every cell in my body felt ashamed. But at that time, I discovered that she began to accept me. Of course, I still had to take the initiative to leave her hands. I knew what she had gone through. So, I didn't want to offend her. I wanted to do it step by step. I wanted to be with her forever. In the end, I thought I had succeeded. I thought that in the future, my husband and I would live happily together forever.